The Dustbinmen P619/2, Part 1, Take 1.
Hey, Mum!
What?
The Dustbinmen!
Morning, young man.
Oh, yes, sir. Right away. Out on the first load. I wouldn't have been late at all but for me ma'am twisting her hip, climbing on the television, trying to kiss Des O'Connor.
What?
What was it you said to me?
Good morning.
Oh, sorry. Good morning.
Thank
You're welcome. It's what they term a notice.
So I notice. A somewhat pungent literary style you've been hiding under your bushel, haven't you?
Under my what?
Bushel!
Right?
What you write on when you haven't got a notice board? The walls are gentlemen's conveniences.
It's not my composition. It's cheese and eggs wanting everybody to vote for him.
Oh, yes.
We're electing the depot committee. Don't you know what it is?
Young man, I'm a cleansing department inspector. As such, I know everything. Particularly that you know nothing. Do nothing and are nothing. Now get out on your first load.
Yes.
Move!
Right.
And get your bloody finger out. Hello. What is an offence against corporation regulations, the law of the land, and the common decency of man?
Scavenging.
And what is punishable by instant docking of pay, instant dismissal, and instant dysentery too, I shouldn't wonder?
Scavenging.
And in view of the aforesaid, what is it that you're doing?
Scavenging. I've been scavenging 15 years. I never found no dentures.
Do you know what I got?
No! And we don't want to neither.
A bushel. I hide stuff under it.
You know what the depot committee is?
They elect one every year. One inspector and 2 lads. And you know.
Oh, I'm just seeing if you do.
Oh. Well, it's to investigate complaints from public. Stop bin men's fiddles. That's theory of it, right?
And in practice, it's to ignore the public and keep those self-same fiddles going forever, correct? And that's why Cheese and Egg seeks election, correct?
He's always elected.
Why? Because he's popular with his colleagues.
He threatens to bite their ears off.
Who else is on this committee?
Eric, then 2 of them come out and vote the inspector.
I see.
If you've naught to do, I'm looking for a left-footed gumboot.
Ibbotson, what sort of fiddles do the lads have?
I'm not telling. I won't be bribed. I can't spit on my own mates. Well, Cheese and Egg's biggest fiddle is Reading Housewives' Bottoms.
Would you care to clarify that statement?
Reading Housewives' Dustbin Bottoms.
Would you care to clarify that statement?
No.
Now, Mrs. Lady, where were we? Affairs of the heart I've done, money matters I've done. Ah, yes. You're going to embark on a long journey.
Mama.
Oh, yes. Where them potato peelings are stuck to that empty woodbine packet. Hey, it's empty, isn't it? Oh, yes.
And that means a long journey.
When you get potato peelings in conjunction with wet tea leaves in the shape of a letter J, madam, always.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. I just happen to be blessed with a gift. Half a crown to you. Ta. Next! I'm sorry, Mrs. 15 Bombay Terrace. I only do private readings. You should know that by now. Get your bin and
It's
get
all
your...
right. Only she's my friend.
From Blundell Sands.
Only we was in hospital together, having our operations.
Very nice.
Only she's just visiting for the day.
And I know it's her bin, but I did chuck something in for her.
So you might be able to see a bit of a future mixed in like.
I doubt it. Not for the same price. £5 in advance. So? I foresee a period of good health.
That'll be owing to my operation.
Very possibly. Now, as for affairs of the heart and money matters...
Can you see my husband down there?
Hi.
Can you see where my husband is?
Isn't he at work in Blundell Sands?
I don't know. He walked out one Saturday afternoon 17 years ago and I've not seen him since. Oh, and I would love to. Just once more.
To show that with love and understanding, all is forgiven.
To kick his rotten teeth in so hard he'd be spitting them out of his ears.
Very nice.
What about Eric and Winston?
What about you?
Well, what sort of fiddles do they have?
Oh, yes, sir.
Sorry. Eric and Winston.
Soon as I finished my fag.
Pardon?
Smoked it.
I know you just this second put...
It's funny how quick they go, isn't it?
Sorry.
So, you want to cut down, you know. I feel a lot better for it.
Eric and Winston. Winston and Eric.
Well, you've heard about bin men transporting stuff for people on the side, like furniture removing and that.
Go on. Surprise me.
The bus get you here 3 hours before kick-off so as you can wrap lavy paper around a pig in goal post?
No.
Does the bus go through the traffic signals at red at the speed of pig in lights?
No.
Does the bus drive past Colin Bell's house so as you...
Who does heavy breathing fiddle money from?
That's right, you.
But I've never given him so much as one single new decimal penny. Or 2.40 ones.
His wage packet every week.
He works all week.
Does he?
It is. Please, heavy breathing, your turn to show me your muscles. 18 bins. You promised.
Smelly,
Hello.
are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Where I can find a left-footed gumboot?
No, not exactly. Yes, exactly.
Where?
From me.
Eh?
Smelly. I'm not only going to give you one gumboot, I'm also going to give you 20 nicotine-packed cigarettes and a box of matches.
Oh, yeah.
I am. Now, what do you say to that?
I'm
I'm also going to give you an hour off work now to go home and get me a photograph of yourself.
What sort of photo?
Any photo.
Are you falling in love with me?
Move!
Oh, thanks for the use of the old, darling. And a lovely cup of tea.
Here, I'll read your cup for a change.
Are you blessed with a gift?
Only with tea leaves, I can't master tea bags. Oh,
What's up?
I see trouble.
Where?
In your bloody cup.
Affairs of the heart. Money matters.
At work.
I don't do no bloody work.
Come here then. There's trouble at depot.
What sort of trouble?
Nasty, with a capital nast.
You what?
That's right. Vote for Smelly.
Why smelly?
3 men serve on the depot committee, correct?
One, I suppose, will be you.
Automatically elected, owing to me being the inspector.
And one will be me.
Automatically elected, owing to you being a thug. Now the third will be either Eric or Smelly.
And if it's smelly,
We'll outvote you 2 to 1 on every issue, i.e., the end of all your gang's little fiddles. Amen.
Oh, heck. No more fiddles.
don't worry, Eric. Always have faith in the good sense of the British electorate. Winston, who would you like to see as Prime Minister?
I'd like to see a coalition. Colin Bell and Joe Mercer.
On second thoughts, carry on worrying.
Calling all bin men, calling all bin men. Today is polling day, today is polling day. Now is the time for all good bin men to vote for Eric. So get your bloody fingers out.
Friends, nay, friends and colleagues, and may I say without fear of contradiction, Smelly's friends, nay, colleagues. My friends, many battles have been fought to make this land fit for heroes and bin men to live in, but none so grim, none so bitter as the one we fight today. Hear, hear. No doubt, the minds of you all are filled at this moment with thoughts of the Magna Carta. And far cry though it may seem from the Magna Carta to Smelly Ibbotson, that is what we in the trade, call democracy.
Calling all bin men, calling all bin men. Today is polling day. Vote, vote, vote for Eric. Vote for cheese and eggs as well. If you know what's good for you, you'll be voted for the two. And bloody delight to go to bloody hell. We are the champions.
Now, what, I ask myself, does Smelly Ibbotson offer the binmen of this depot? I'll tell you what, I answer myself. He offers you his voice and his wisdom in your affairs. He offers you his time. He offers you himself. In other words, his offer is totally smelly. Voters of this depot, if you have problems, this is the man to get his teeth into them.
Well,
Well, what?
I've stopped.
Well,
Why aren't we getting out?
why aren't we getting out? Ask me another.
What's he worried about then?
What are you worried about then?
Whether Smelly's going to beat me in the election.
Alter.
Well, any time. Anything you don't understand.
Oh, thanks. All right.
Shall I tell you something? something I've learnt about life from my experience of it, like. Worry, get you nowhere.
Thank you, Winston. You want to send that up to Rivali, you might get a quid for it.
I remember last season, the lads were away at Arsenal, Highbury Piggins Stadium, 27th of August. I worried about that match all week. It started when I was stuck in Disheap in a traffic jam on a Wednesday. And there was 4 red and white cars in front of me and only 1 blue one. And I worried perhaps this was an omen, that we'd lose 4-1. All that night I lay in bed, imagining things.
I do that a lot.
About football. Couldn't sleep. Worrying in case the whole team was suffering from gout or something.
Is that it? Have you finished?
And then, on the train going down to London, I just sat there, twiddling my rosette. I didn't slash no seats, nothing.
Have you finished?
And then, on the way to the match, I saw this old fellow wearing Arsenal's colours. Very old he was, and helpless and wobbly. And I didn't mark him for life with my bicycle chain. I walked straight on. Worrying. And then suddenly, after all that, when the lads trotted out with the sunlight glinting on Colin Bell's golden head, all yellow and flaxen and that, I thought to myself, Winston, I thought, what the hell have you been worrying for? Worry gets you nowhere.
And did it?
No.
How'd they get on?
Lost 4 pig in 1.
That's it.
What?
We've won.
No, Winston said they'd lost 4-1.
The election. You're as good as on the committee, Flower.
They haven't finished voting yet.
It's all right. I've remembered something.
Highbury Piggins Stadium, 27th of August, 1968.
The cleansing depot. Yesterday.
Come to concede defeat.
Get. What is it?
Stuffed. I'll say one thing for you. As a returning officer, you make a bloody cracking card sharp.
There was an 8.5 swing to Smelly on the heavily populated early shift. Yeah, and as the same pattern's being repeated throughout the depot as a whole, I think we shall soon expect a statement from Smelly's HQ.
Oh, if the Queen should summon him to Buckingham Palace, he can borrow Thunderbird 3. How's that?
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Thank you. That's me and the lads hereby registering 4 votes for me and 4 for Eric. Looks like a dead heat.
I doubt it, Petty. There's still 1 more vote to come.
Eh?
Belly Bradshaw.
Belly Bradshaw's on holiday in Torremolinos.
Until today.
British European Airways announced a arrival of
Hello, Smelly.
Hello, Billy.
Present from Torremolinos.
Present from bloody Delilah, 10 Woodbines.
What's that?
For services about to be pigging rendered.
Unlucky for some. Now, by virtue of the powers vested in me by the Public Health Act of 1870, as revised in 1936 and amended in 1947, I, the returning officer, do hereby declare the result of the election held this day in number 17 Cleansing Depot in the County Palatine of Lancaster.
Belt up.
The votes cast for each candidate were as follows. C.E. Petty, 25. Eric Llewellyn, 12. Smelly Ibbotson, 13. I therefore declare the said C.E. Petty, Smelly Ibbotson, and myself duly elected.
That's right.
As a winning candidate, I would like to thank the presiding officer, the returning officer, and his counting assistants, i.e. bloody Mr. Sinclair. It was a good clean sash, and I'll do the utmost of my ability to represent the million men of this district to the utmost of my ability. Whether they're pigging voting for me or not, the lousy pigs.
Congratulations. I hope you'll be very happy.
Eh?
Pardon?
Traitor. Bloody traitor. And I thought you was my friend.
Can I take this
No, you
as a
bloody-
memento?
You bloody can't.
Hey, look!
What?
On the tip. Isn't that a left-footed gumboot?
Hey, Nicholas, there's some fishy going on, isn't there? I've rejected that once as unsuitable.
By the hell, it must be rough.
Now what are you pigging up to?
I feel the fluence coming on me. You do when you're blessed with a gift.
That's no bloody gift, it's a contract. You can't tell fortunes.
I can tell hers. Your blushing brides.
Eh?
I see her deserted by her husband 17 years ago, languishing alone in Blundell Sands, while he swans about, leading a life of pleasure, living in muck.
How do you... What the hell have you...
I see her in hospital,
Mr. Sinclair?
making friends with a woman in the next bed. Mrs. 15 Bombay Terrace.
15 bucks round the bloody corner.
I see Mrs. Ibbotson coming to visit her.
When?
Yesterday. I see me mentioning to her that we have a mutual friend.
You wouldn't.
I then see her embracing her long-lost husband's windpipe with her Brian London hangings. I see the right foot of her size 15 clogs aiming straight at the only pair of naked gums on the depot committee. On the other hand, it might just be in the stars that I keep my trap shut.
Might it?
It might just be in the stars that she never discovers a slop.
Might it?
Might it be in the stars that you decline office on the depot committee owing to an outbreak of foot and mouth in the family and previous commitments with the Lady Conservative Association?
Yes.
And stand down in favour of Eric?
Yes.
Say thank you.
You're bloody evil, you.
Thank you.
First meeting of the new committee now in session. Agenda. Item 1, proposed by me. Motion to investigate all fiddles perpetrated by the binmen of this depot. All those in favour? All those against? Proposal defeated. Item 2.
Proposed by me. Motion to keep the present committee for 3 years before we have another election. Did I say it right?
Beautiful.
All those in favour? Proposal carried.
Item 3. You drive the girls crazy with that dimple in your chin.